The US government is now deporting people to countries they don't belong to. Yeah, whether you know it or not, whether you want it or not, whether you're legal or not, if they decide so, they can send you to Afghanistan. That's what it is. You're going to find out about this. We're going to go to Uganda, where the President Yoweri Museveni, 81 years old, is expected to run as a president candidate for the 7th time. 81 years old. A lot of Ugandans are very angry. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like Uganda doesn't have young people that can continue the legacy? We're going to find out about this. And then we're going to Burkina Faso, where the Burkina Faso government has withdrawn license from multiple NGOs for interfering and trying to destabilize the country. Is this an acceptable move to protect the country? Or is this a way Ibrahim Traore is actually showing us that he is a dictator? We're going to find out about that. What's happening, everybody? Okay, we're in America, United States of America. The US has deported 8 people to South Sudan. Do you know South Sudan? This country right here. One of the most dangerous countries in the world. Yes, it used to be one big country, Sudan. Okay, back in time. The north was run by Arabic people, Arab-looking people. The south part of South Sudan was mostly black people. Well, the black people felt like they were being persecuted and the side of the country was not developed. So they wanted freedom. For many, many years, they were run by the Arabs. Now, and because they wanted freedom, there was war between the Arabs and the blacks. Well, the Arabs unalived many, many blacks. They said, we want to have our own country. And then their wish came to reality. They got their own country. Guess what happened later? Black people and black people were happy, then started unaliving each other. Why? Because of power. Yeah, they started fighting one another, killing each other, because each black wanted to be the president. That's crazy stuff. I mean, you fought for so many years against the Arabic, saying you are underdeveloped, they're not investing in your communities, they give you your own country, now you start killing each other? That's crazy. Now, the United States of America has deported 8 people to South Sudan. And guess what? South Sudan is not the safest country in the world right now. These men are convicted of crimes, including murder, sexual assault, and robbery. Some of them had either completed their sentences, they done the due in the prison, some were about to complete the sentence.
We found a nation that was willing to accept custody of these vicious illegal aliens. We are removing these convicted criminals from American soil so they can never hurt another American victim, American man, child, or woman. They can never attack witnesses, families, victims, or anyone else.
So the government of Trump said, you know what? We don't want you. You're going to Sudan. You're not going back to Angola, your country. You're going to Sudan. Oh, you're not going to Nigeria. You're going to Sudan. You're going to find your own way from Sudan to Nigeria. Look at the distance from Sudan to Nigeria. Crazy. You're going to have to find a way to walk all over there. So out of 8 people, only 1 of them is from Sudan. For the rest, they're from other places. They're from Nigeria, from Myanmar, from Cuba, from Vietnam, from Laos, from Mexico, and 1 from Malawi. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff, imagine. I mean, they just abandon you there. Now, my question is this one. Is the Trump administration wrong for sending criminals to a third country? I mean, if somebody comes to your house and does murder, what do you do with them? I mean, it's very likely he wasn't murdered back. At least you sent back somewhere. I mean, look, you don't go to other people's country, create havoc, and expect to be taken care of. It makes no sense. You cannot go to somebody else's country, do violations of the law, and expect them to treat you nicely. It makes no sense. Is this racism? I don't think this is racism. Nobody wants anybody to come from anywhere else to their house to create havoc. No one wants to see that. You wouldn't pay, I mean, keeping you in prison is spending money on you because taxpayers make sure there's enough money for prisoners to eat. So you cannot come to somebody's country just because you're African and you want to be protected and supposedly the world hates you, do criminal activity in somebody else's country and get fed for free because that's what happens in prison from money taxpayers are paying. It makes no sense. Is this racism, being sent back to your country or not your country or third country? Well, I understand humanly you may feel like you shouldn't do that to me. I mean, at least send me back to my country. But why should I do all this logistic work, spend all this money to try to make sure you have the right plane at the right time to your country? If you are a criminal, don't go do crime to other people's country and get upset when they say you must return. Don't go do crime to other people's country and call them xenophobic when they say stop doing that in our country. I mean, who raised you? Okay. Question you're going to ask yourself is why Sudan is accepting people from other countries, from Nigeria, from Laos, from Vietnam, from Why would South Sudan do that? Well, there's a reason to that. Earlier this year, Secretary of State Marco Rubio revoked all visas for South Sudanese people. For what, you ask yourself? Because South Sudan refused to accept one person. So Americans sent many Africans to South Sudan, and one of them was not South Sudanese. So South Sudan said, this man is not from here, we're sending him back to America. You cannot deport someone from another country and send him to our country. We're not going to accept. Well, they sent them back to America. Well, America was very angry. Marco Rubio said, because you're doing this, we are canceling all visas of all South Sudanese passport holders. Yeah. So even the Sudanese that were legal in the United States of America saw their passports and visas cancelled because the government refused to accept this person who happened to be from where? From Congo. Look at the map. This is Congo and this is South Sudan. This is Congo again. This is South Sudan. You see the distance? It's very far. These are two complete different countries. I mean, these are South Sudanese. They're very dark in skin, in most cases, Dinka people, tall, some of the tallest people in the world, if not the tallest people in the world. These are the Congolese people. They like to dance. You see, they like clothes, reds, green. They call them sapeur. They like to dress up and dance. You know, so two different cultures. They're all black, but they're different. These ones are very tall, very, very tall. Look at them. These ones are very, very shiny. They like to dance. Why would you take somebody from the dancing people and send him to the tall people? He's going to be a pygmy there. He's going to be the shortest guy. He's going to develop psychological traumas for being the shortest guy. This is not right. And the Sudanese saw that they don't want to have a short guy. Send the short guy back. It's unacceptable.
The government deeply regrets that despite this history of collaboration and partnership, South Sudan now faces a broad revocation of visas based on an isolated incident involving misrepresentation by an individual who is not a South Sudanese national. Comprehensive verification processes confirm that this individual is a national of the Democratic Republic of Congo named Makula Kintu. In accordance with our immigration protocols, he was not admitted and was subsequently returned to the sending country for further processing.
After South Sudan experienced that with the Americans, they said, you know what, we're going to keep him. They kept the Congolese guy. They kept the Congolese man in South Sudan, hoping that America will reverse what they did, meaning will reverse the visa ban or the visa cancellation of the passport holders from South Sudan. The US has stated it will reconsider the visa restriction once South Sudan demonstrates consistent cooperation in repatriation effort. So they will rethink about it if South Sudan shows that they're not going to be fightful anymore, meaning we can send you anybody from Nigeria, you can keep him. We can send you somebody from Uganda, you can keep him. We can send you somebody from Vietnam, from Hong Kong, not Hong Kong, they are different. You know what I'm saying? So in other words, all the legal South Sudanese that live in America have seen their visas cancelled. Now, there's something very interesting we need to note here. The United States of America have issued travel restriction to South Sudan, declaring it's a dangerous place to be. So they acknowledge that the place is dangerous, but they are sending you illegal people to that country. Now, like I said earlier, you cannot go to somebody's country, do crazy stuff and expect them to treat you humanly. No. You must have respect. You can't walk in somebody's house and put your feet on the table and take the remote and throw it through the window and expect them to be nice to you. Oh, you're treating me bad because you're xenophobic. No, dude, go kill somebody in your own country, not here.